Guys, here a little Torah, here a little
Beautiful
Torah.
verse of the Chidush Yarim.
Don't miss it, guys, don't miss it. It's good.
Yitzchak Meir Alter. Gur. The Medrash, it says, Vayemer Hashem al Abram lech lecha me'artzecha. Hashem tells Abram, go, leave. Leave your land, leave your birthplace, go to the land that I show you. So the Medrash Tanchuma on that pasuk says, from here we learn that a person, when he says Shema, shouldn't be walking. When you say the pasuk Shema, you have to be stationary. And after you finish saying Shema, that pasuk, then when you say V'ahavta, you're allowed to move around. But for the saying of Shema, you have to be stationary. So the Chidush Yarim says, what is the connection between the halacha we know? The halacha is, when you're saying Shema, you stay still. When you say V'ahavta, you should still stay still, but if you have to, you're allowed to move around. But for Shema, you're not allowed to move around. But why is that a medrash on the pasuk Vayemer Hashem el Avram lech lecha? So the Chidush Yarim shares this part. He says Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu was the quintessential first Jew. You know what the message to the first Jew is? The Abish tells him, he says, Rebid, go. Keep going. Don't stay still. You know, Avram did a lot of good things before he was 75 years old. Or custom. And he told the whole world about Hashem. Even Bris Ben Absarim was actually before Lech Lecha. And yet the first thing that the Torah chooses to tell us about Avram is that Hashem appears to Avram and he says, Lech Lecha. He says, Rebid, you cannot be stationary. You gotta be moving. You gotta be going places. You gotta be, never be complacent. Hala'ag hasha'ananim, it says in the pasuk. Mock those who are complacent. Never be happy. Always be on the move. When Hashem tells Abram Lech Lecha, you would think that Lech Lecha means that you got to always go and never be stationary. Says the Medrash, lest you think that Amar Rabbi Yudin, he says no. From here we learn that when you say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, you have to be stationary. Chochafilu, the pasuk seems to imply the opposite. The pasuk seems to tell you got to be moving, so you got to be moving. Pshat is as follows. The Eibishter tells Avram, he says, go, get out of your comfort zone. Rise, higher, ascend. Look for better, bigger. But you got to realize something about Avram. He worked on himself. He didn't just get there one day when he was 75 and the Eibishter appears to him and says, Lech Lecha. He was an avoider. Avram stayed stationary. He worked on himself. He worked on his ruchnius. He became Avram. And then when he becomes Avram, Hashem says, now take that and bring it out. You have to be something to be able to share something with others. You know what they say when you get on the plane? First you put your own oxygen mask on you, and after you finish yourself, then you can put on somebody else. If you have no oxygen, what can you give? So the Medrash says, Lech Lecha Mikan, from this vision of HaKadosh Baruch Hu telling Avram to go, to move, to go places. From here we learn that even when you move, you've got to be stationary first. A Yid is commissioned with a message from God to take Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad and share it with the world. And even as you share it with the world, he says, but stay stationary first. Remain in one place. You want to be holy, you first sit down and you learn in yeshiva. You first forget about the world. Every so often you got to have a Shabbos zone. Once a week, vergess von Welt. Once a day, vergess von Welt in the morning, Daven Shachris. Learn Torah and forget about the world. And when you do that, then you have what to impart on the world. If you didn't learn yourself, if you didn't connect, if you didn't feel the energy from above, what are you going to share with the world? Hashem tells Avram, Lech lecha. Aber erstens, beforehand, make sure you stationary. Says the Medrash. Here we learn, because Avram wasn't Avram in a vacuum. He was Avram in context of who he was. We're sitting here today, and I got to tell you this. This is on my mind all the time now. You know, a bunch of Yidden sitting over here in the room. We sing. We try to connect to something higher. Do you realize what's going on in the room right now? Do you realize the energy, the power of what this is? You know how strong the energy is over here? You and I don't really know what it is. To us, it's just a, little shishi. I'm sitting down, I'm singing a little bit. There are people out there in the world who see nothing. I can learn from my enemies. Who see nothing more important in the world than to fight this. The Baal Shem Tov said that if you want to know where the enemy is, you look, where is the enemy focusing most of his koiches? Wherever he's focusing most of his koiches, that must be where the melech is. That must be where the king is. Why does the whole world hate us? Come on, ask yourself the question, pause, and ask yourself the question. Why do they hate us? What do they want from us? You're just a normal guy. What did I do already? You are not normal. If you're a Jew, you're a different caliber. You belong to a different world. You're a different planet, you're an alien. And your message is to share that, to share God with the world. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, to reveal it in the world. Can't be complacent. You have to go out and share it with the world, but don't for 1 second think you can't share it with the world if you don't have what to share. You gotta sit down, you gotta learn Torah, you gotta feel the energy, you gotta feel the pulse of what it means to be a Yid. And if you feel that pulse, if you feel that love of what it means to be a Yid, you can share it. And I'm gonna share with you one more vart. Although this one could use background from Eli.
Eli.
It's a machlekes. Eli, for this we need some background. Just one more vart here. There's a machlekes between. Beisham and Hillel argue about everything. So I heard this beautiful vart. There was a ger, a goy I should say, who came to Hillel Zaken. To Shammai, sorry. And he says, Shammai, I want to convert. While standing al regel achas. Shammai sent him flying and kicked him ba'amas abinyan. He went to Hillel and he says, Hillel, I want to convert. Lamdeini kol atera kula al regel achas. What does Hillel tell him? Kol atera kula is, my desani lach l'chavrach le'sabit. What you don't like being done to you, don't do it to your friend. So the Chassidish Sfarim explained it as follows. In those days, people had time. Imagine living in the shtetl, way back when. To get anywhere, took a horse and buggy. You couldn't just get on a plane and be in Chicago, and the next day in Hong Kong, and then back. You have these shallow relationships with everybody on Facebook and on WhatsApp. Friends, you don't even know what friends are. The friend you had, that's the guy you met. If you didn't like him, you had no choice. You better get to like him, that's all you had. There were times when people developed deep relationships. It was real. So the guy comes to Shammai and he says, I have a kasha, he says to him, 2,000 years ago. He says, Shammai, tell me what's going to happen when you'll have a Yid who'll come to you and say, teach me the whole thing. You got 160 characters to get my attention. Give me a YouTube clip. You have 6 seconds. First of all, if it's longer than 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'm not looking at it. And second of all, you have the first 6 seconds to capture my attention. How do you bring Torah to such a generation? You bring Torah to a generation that has koyach and time and effort and can invest. How do I do that? Shammai listens to the guy and he says, Harais, shake it. He says, Agoy, what does a goy understand? And he kicked him, Ba'amas abinyan. He came to Hillel, you know what Hillel tells him? He says, I'm going to teach you how you could teach a Yid in the 21st century. Those shallow, quick fixes. I'm going to show you how you can teach that Yid Yiddishkeit. You know what the answer is? Al regel achas, teach me the whole thing on one foot. Yeah, go, 10 seconds, that's my intention. Kol HaTorah Kula al regel achas is, my desani lach lechavrach lesabit. The rest is Perusha. You want to capture a Yid today? He's got to feel the love. He's got to feel you care about him. Try it out. Try being Makar Yid and tell me you can reach any Yid without love. Try get love and not work so hard, and you'll see once you have the love, once he feels you love him, you got it. You got it. Hillel said, once you have that level of he's going to feel the energy. We've got to impart that energy on every single Yid. We're special. More than ever in this 21st century generation of who cares about anything. Oh boy, does the world care. Oh boy, do they remind you that you're Jewish. It's special. Every one of us over here is a nefesh elokis. Is special, is unique. And every one of us, when you look at the other guy, you should say, wow. You look at the other guy and you say, I love you. You really, really love you. Despite you having all that other side of you, I love you for what you are. My fellow Jew, my fellow Yid, I love you. I feel you. I feel that we need to feel what a Yid is.